Now, climate change has affected the coastal ecosystems mainly due to plastic waste. And in Africa, the loss of natural resources and biodiversity has had an impact on food security. Advocates for innovation at the Earthshot event are seeking solutions that help accelerate landscape and biodiversity restoration to help effectively sustain livelihoods on the continent. Newzroom Afrika's Audrey Chimwanda is following those discussions in Cape Town, and she joins us now live. Audrey, it's great to see you. Thanks very much for coming on. So 15 finalists are lining up for what will be a £1 million prize.
I can tell you the competition is tight, Michelle. All of them who've done phenomenal work in the work of trying to preserve the earth and finding innovative solutions to be able to achieve that. More importantly, also trying to get those solutions funded by the number of people that are gathered here and also championing the efforts of what's being discussed here. This event has attracted a lot of influential figures from your athletes, your entertainers, and from your ambassadors as well. We have one such guest with us today. She is a homegrown product and she's an ambassador of this event, Nomzamo Mbatha. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your patience. I know you've had a hectic day all morning hosting this event, bringing everything together and making sure these ideas find expression to the people that it's packaged to. How have you found this event and what attracted you to it?
Well, it's been absolutely brilliant. For me, the Earthshot Prize plays as a bridge because there's so many young people and older people who are innovators coming up with durable solutions, accessible solutions, who just need amplification, who needs that extra acceleration. And it's been incredible to see the work of the Earthshot Prize. You know, we speak about 15 finalists, but there are 5 of the official winners that are going to come out on Wednesday. But of the 15, everyone has access to the platform, to the community, to fast-paced philanthropic efforts that are going to be able to seed into their efforts. You know, it's important for us to stress the message of urgent optimism. That's the only thing that can lead to action and true change. So when I was asked to be an ambassador for the Earthshot Prize after a couple of engagements and playing around and, dating around with each other, it was a no-brainer for me because I thought here is a platform and here's a movement, that's what we like to call it, here's a movement that's actually doing the work. The value chain is very, very evident. And when you speak to finalists and alumni, it's really there. They feel supported. And for me, it's about not looking into the angst and the anxiety of the doom and gloom that we continue to hear about climate action and climate change and climate justice. For us, it's about what are the solutions? Who's got the money? And how can we be a bridge to that?
And that's, what I was going to ask you next. When you were hosting earlier, you were talking about speaking to the person next to you and finding out what they are doing at their level to make sure that they preserve the earth.
Yes.
But more importantly, the funding. Mm-hmm. How much money is being channeled towards this? Is there enough attention to people that can actually fund this?
Absolutely. There's so much. There's so much funding that's out there. When you speak to VC capitalists and those guys who go out there and try and fund the money, they'll tell you where to go. And of course, when you speak to finalists who didn't even win, but say that just being a part of this community, being a part of the platform has really accelerated me. I like to always emphasize that the money is the surface level of this movement, of the Earthshot Prize, the grand prize of the £1 million. That's just the surface level. The deeper level is the access that you get, because what the Earthshot Prize family has been able to do is that they've been able to really reach out into their own networks of people who want to do, and also organizations that should be doing. And they bring them on board and they say, we've got people who are actually on the ground. You need to trust them with the funds. How can you best support them? How can you accelerate the work? How can you amplify it together? Just so nobody feels despondent that wherever it is that we're pouring and seeding into, that it's going nowhere because we're still in doom and gloom. That's not true. There's so many people who are doing stuff. And of course, this year we had almost 400 applicants just from the African continent. And so when we have the conversation of, are there African innovators? You haven't even scratched the surface.
Well, that's quite encouraging, quite inspiring that there's a lot of work that goes behind this. There's a lot of funders that are hoping to come on board. It is not all doom and gloom, and I think that's the message that a lot of people, especially young Africans, are hoping to hear so they can latch on to this cause and make sure that they also make a difference. Nomzamo, thank you so much. I know you still have a lot of work to do. We'll leave you to it. We're still with you, and we'll be with you throughout the rest of the program. Of course, we then expect the Prince of Wales to be a part of these discussions. We expect him to come in a few minutes' time and also have these important discussions, panel discussions that are still happening here in Cape Town to ensure that all those ideas that people are talking about are well-funded and well-implemented going forward, long-term solutions that can be scaled going forward as well. We'll have to leave it there, man. We also have quite a lot of work to do here throughout the day as we continue to follow these proceedings.
Chimwanda, thanks very much indeed. Live to us there in Cape Town, and for once it's good to hear a good news story insofar as climate change is concerned.